All right. Crazy day of free agency going on. The the initial story I want to talk about was, the Ravens getting, what we've lost, but Odell Beckham has taken over the airwaves. The trade with those guys with Cleveland, man, it's crazy. Man, what we gonna do? We need all the DBs back now. We need Jimmy Smith. We need Weddle back. Need all those guys. But man, it's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. You're right. This is too much. It's too much going on right now. The Odell Beckham. Wow. What we gonna do to defend this guy? We need some pass rushers. They were already getting good. This is right. Thanos snapped on the Ravens defense. Right. Go on camera at. Right there. He snapped. You're right. You're right. And they gave him away. Well, that first round pick is having first round picks are big. So you don't know if we gave him away or not. But can everybody hear me good? We good. If we hear me good, put some thumbs up in the comment section. So make sure we get started good. Everybody good out there tonight? So I really just want to talk about the guys that we lost. I got the phone lines open tonight. Let me see if they're gonna work. Let me put the number in here. Make sure this works. 605-472-5400. Access code 918914. So that's, if you want to call in, we can see if this thing works and we can get it started from here. Let's talk about these Zadarius Smith leaving. Zadarius Smith got $16.5 million from Green Bay. Bad as I wanted that guy to stay, I'm glad we did not spend that type of money for Zadarius Smith. I'm so glad. Because his production with us didn't warrant $17 million. That's a good thing. Let's check this message. It's a good. My wife just messed me up. Sorry. It's a good thing that we didn't pay that, because there's a lot of people getting overpaid. I think everybody we lost over the last 2 days got overpaid. I think Zadarius Smith got overpaid. I think C.J. Mosley got overpaid. I think Suggs got overpaid for $8 million. But I'm happy they got their money. But I'm glad it wasn't us. And I don't know what John Brown got. How much money did John Brown get from Buffalo? I wouldn't really want to play receiver in Buffalo, but how much money did he get from Buffalo? Right. McPhee. I can see McPhee and all those other guys. 27 mil for how many years? 3, 4? Oh, okay. I didn't want to pay that for John Brown anyway. I didn't want to pay that. I think we're gonna get some young whippersnappers, some tall, rangy guys that help Lamar out. So but what does this do for us in the draft? Not losing all this defense. I thought we were gonna go offense in the draft, and now we got options to figure out. But I think DeCosta's gonna make moves on day 2 or 3 when all the big time money is down and out. He's gonna get some guys that's gonna be on ego trips because they wasn't worth the money they thought they were gonna be on. And he's going to get some deals. He's going to pick up some guys in needed spots. Because we definitely need edge rushers now. Definitely. Edge rushers go back to the top of the list with me with receivers. So edge rushers and receivers are guys that we're going to need. So I guess I need to start looking at edge rushers in this draft. Or depending on who we pick up. We still got about a month before the draft. I think the draft's toward the end of April. So we got a little over a month. So free agency is gonna be really crazy to see how this thing turns out. But I'm excited to see what DeCosta's gonna do. I'm in a Ravens group chat, and I've been refreshing it all day long, and everybody's on this Le'Veon Bell watch. I would love to have Le'Veon. I don't want to overpay him, but if we do pay him, I'm gonna be happy on my team. So it's crazy. Frankie V, Vach always be in the chat. That's my guy. That's my guy. We a lot closer than a lot of y'all think. He always be in the chat. So whew, how bad do you guys want bail? How bad? How much are you willing to pay for bail? How much? And Michael Blackman, I've never seen the Browns this loaded either. Even when they were going to the AFC Championship game back in the day, they've never been this loaded. They were already tough to cover with who? With that Juice, with let's see, they had Juice, they had Njoku, they had the young kid from Florida, and Baker's out there like looking like a young Brent Favre. Man, it's gonna be a lot of. Can we score enough points to beat those guys? Can we score enough points to even play and stay on the field with the Browns? I don't know. I would hope so. I would hope so. I would hope so. But let's get into this. Let me see. Let me get in the chat box and see what's going on over here. We need bail. Tyrone, I don't know if we need bail, so to speak. It would be nice to have him, but I don't know if we need bail. Need. Yeah. It would be real nice to have him and have a guy that can do the things he do and can play all 3 downs. But we don't have to have him. We don't have to have him. 15 mil. Think of what it would do for the Ravens-Steelers rivalry. Bring it back. I think, for the type of back bail is, 15 would be good. 15, I can deal with 15 for bail. I can deal with it. I don't want to, but I can deal with it. What I do know is I don't want Mark Ingram, because I said this earlier in that group chat that Mark Ingram is an older version of Gus Edwards. So why do we need to spend that money, on a guy or a body type that we already have? We need a guy that's gonna get after it and not be as not be the same guy. We need multiple guys in the backfield, just like last year. Gus was our straightforward guy. Kenny Dixon was like our counter guy, and Montgomery was our outside zone guy. I don't see how Mark Ingram fits what we do. He's like the same type of guy. Now I see Aunt G talking about Tevin Coleman. I like Tevin Coleman. Coleman can catch the ball at the backfield. Coleman can run the ball between the tackles. Coleman's a versatile guy. Frankie V, what do I think about Josh Jacobs from Bama? I love Josh Jacobs. I think he's the best running back in the draft. I don't know if he'll be there for us, but I love Josh Jacobs. I think he's one of the better backs. I did a video on Josh Jacobs. You can go check it out. When this is over with. I did a potential draft video of Josh Jacobs, so you can go check that out. So I love Josh Jacobs. I think he's the best back in the draft. As far as free agents that are left out there, other than Bale, who do you guys think the Ravens gonna pick up? Other than Bale, this Odell thing is still mind blowing. So if I look in all, it's there. I think Josh should be there 22, but we need more than we need so much now. I think our biggest need, our biggest priority is either receiver or left guard, and then we need to turn it into something on the defense. We need an edge rusher now. We need Houston makes sense, but Houston's an older guy now. We go patching up stuff with older guys. But if he's a $8-9 million guy, so maybe Houston. Yeah, I said Jamie Collins earlier. If you're talking about Jamie Collins, Angie, and the group chat kind of shot me down because he was from Cleveland and said he sucked. But I said Jamie Collins because I have personal knowledge of coaching against Jamie Collins down in back home in Mississippi. So that's what I said. Jamie could fit kind of things we do. An athletic outside linebacker type guy. He can rush. He can drop, and he is younger than Houston is 6 years younger than Suggs. So that makes sense. But Suggs is a unicorn. Guys that play that position don't normally play as long as Suggs did. So Suggs is a unicorn. And Earl Thomas. Earl wants to be the highest paid safety. And we're not going to do that. Not coming off that type of injury. I hope we don't pay Earl all that money to be. I'd rather just keep Jimmy and move him to safety if we're going to do that. Keep Jimmy Smith and move him to safety. Then you can sit back there with you got Carr, you got Humphreys, You got Jimmy Smith at one safety. You got Tony Jefferson at another safety. That looks like a fairly formidable defensive backfield to me. Those four guys, if they can stay healthy, if that's the key with Jimmy, staying healthy. I do still think we need to find a way to get into that second round, though. We need a second round pick some kind of way. And, if that's trading 22 and getting 2 twos for that, I'm cool with that. But we need to find a way to get in that second round, and we need more picks now, depending on what happens in this free agency. Because we have a decent amount of money. I don't know where DeCosta's going with his thought process, but we need to get in that second round and go from there. The Ravens really love Chuck Clark. I've heard a bunch of some Raven fans say how much they love Chuck Clark. I personally didn't see enough on film to say I love him. I've seen him in maybe 2 games that I can recall when he, had a couple pass breakups. But I can't say I love him. Maybe he does stuff in practice that I don't see or know about that has some Ravens people hype about it. And, we got Elliott also. We got those young guys back there. So, we should trade Brandon Williams. The D tackle? We only have 2 D tackles that we really play. We play Pierce and Williams. We play those 2 guys, and the rest be linebackers. Because if you notice it on pass rush downs, Suggs would be on one side, Zudon or Zadarius would be on the other. Both of them would be on the field. Zadarius would kind of be like toward the inside, and then we'd have like Pierce on the field, or we'd have Williams, and then that'll be the guys we have out there pass rushing. We didn't play a lot of D tackles. We played, run situation, obviously we played both of them. But in passing down, we played 1 D tackle, extra linebacker to come in and blitz. And then we got Willie Henry and Tim coming back. So hopefully, they'll come back and prove their worth, and we won't be hurting as bad. Hopefully. Hopefully they'll come back and prove their worth. We won't be hurting as bad. But, I'm still shocked about this Odell Beckham thing. What can we do to beat those dudes? Well, I'm talking about on paper. On paper, what can we do to beat them? Because I know in the bigger scale of things that they are the Browns. They are young. And, the season has to be played out. So, it seems real scary right now because it's free. Because it's new. But, Odell to the Browns, they're gonna line up with Juice on one side, Odell on the other. The Njoku at tight end. They got Chubb at running back. They got Baker. What do they have on defense though? What do they have on defense that should scare us? What do the Browns have on defense? I'm gonna get to that comment about Suggs too. What do they have on defense that should scare us? I don't know what they have over there that should scare us if we get our stuff together. If Lamar comes back and is like let's say 25-40% better passer than he was, we should be okay offensively. Should be. But defensively, we had, like somebody just said, John Doe. I see no leadership with Suggs gone as well. The leadership on the team was Suggs, was Mosley, and was Weddle. And that's tough. That's tough to replace. And the reason we had such a good defense, because we could do a bunch of things that a lot of teams couldn't do. The reason being because Suggs, Mosley, and Weddle could communicate things to everybody else. And they could be out of position and still get to where they should be in whatever coverage was called. Now, you got to think about, you're going to have young players trying to do those type of things. First of all, they got to win the locker room, the defensive side of the locker room. They got to win the defensive side of the locker room. Then they have to know the scheme inside and out. On top of that, have the athletic ability to do whatever said things were. You can't just be a one-trick pony and expect to come up and do the things that we did on defense, because our defense was complicated. That's why it was so good, because it was so complicated. But those guys just communicated so well. I don't know if we have the guys to do that. And I will say this: I do like Kenny Young. I like Kenny Young. I don't know if he can lead us like Mosley did. But, he can run around. He can cover a little bit. I like Kenny Young. Judon, Judon's still there. Judon can, instead of flashing now, he has to play outright like all the time. So he can't just flash. Now he has to be that guy. I think Marlon came into his own. Marlon could be a leader. Tony's a leader. I like Tavon in the slot. Anthony Levine, yep, he can do that. He can do that also. He can do that. So we got potential leaders back there, but now they got to get in there and do it. They got to get in there and do it. And I don't necessarily think we're in rebuild mode yet. I think we're close to it because we have a quarterback. We have I like Snead. I like the position Snead's in. We got tight ends. We got good tight ends to do that. I think our O-line is okay. We have to get somebody to either play center or somebody to play guard. And I think our O-line will be set. We got to get somebody to play one or both of those positions, and I think we'll be set. But if you get one guy that can do that, we'll be good. But we got to make a splash somewhere on defense to get we got to get some alphas. We got to get some alphas. Whether it be in a draft or free agency, we got to get some alphas. We got to get somebody that's going to come in there, get people to get their stuff together, and go from there. Yeah, I heard what Frankie. I heard what John Brown said about Chris Moore. I completely disagree. Chris Moore is a good special teams guy. He's good for some catches from time to time, but he doesn't. Chris Moore doesn't run great routes. He's just a speed guy that can kind of run past people sometimes. And I did a video on Chris Moore because the Ravens fans were talking about early in the season why Chris Moore not playing as much, and I broke down how he was short routes and let people undercut him and do things like that. But every now and again, he flashed and show how good he could be. Now coming into his own, he may show out this year. We got some young guys that I would love to show out. I would like to see our two guys we drafted last year, Lashley and I forget our tall guy. I would love to see both of those guys, grow into their own, and then I won't be as stressed about the receiver position. But we got potential. But NFL is full of potential. Those guys got to get out there and do it, earn that money, earn that check, and earn our respect. Because respect is not given, it's earned. Yeah, Jaleel Scott, that's the name I was thinking about. So you think about it. Jaleel Scott, Lashley, Moore, maybe drafting a guy. I vote for Hakeem Butler, but everybody not in the same boat as me. But I vote for Hakeem Butler. That's a good young receiving core, and especially if you get Butler or N'Keal Harry, you have two tall guys that can go up and get balls, like with Scott and who either drafting Butler or drafting N'Keal Harry. Then you got Willie Snead working the seams. Then you got our good tight ends working the seams. That's okay offensively. That's a nice set of weapons. And, depending on who we put back there, running back, running back by committee, that wasn't bad. And unless we have one guy that can do all three, I vote for still getting running back by committee. And then we got to replace some defensive guys. So I did a couple of mock drafts on my football, whatever the site is, but it was fun doing it. So I may have to change my strategy because now I got to think about some more defensive guys because, the defensive leadership is gone. The defensive playmaking is gone with the exception of Humphries. And we've got not a long ways to go. I'm just really anxious to see what DaCosta does. And I know it's only technically free agency don't even start till tomorrow, technically. But we all anxious. We all want to see what DaCosta gonna do. It's new. Change is not good for everybody. Even change in your regular life is sometimes shaky. You think about it. But it's something different. We don't really know how he's gonna go, even though he's an Aussie guy. But we know he's been waiting on to get run his own show and do the things the way he want to do it. So it's still a wait and see thing. But let me get into the chat box and see what's going on. My vote is Kevin Harmon. Kevin Harmon's okay. I can deal with Kevin Harmon. I got this personal thing for Hakeem Butler. I think he's my number one guy, and my number two guy is AJ Green, but Willie Snead plays that position, so I don't think AJ Green will fit us. But then N'Keal Harris and then after that, it's a bunch of guys that would love to. I would love to have. I wouldn't mind getting a tall guy and maybe Paris Campbell from Ohio State. I would love to have those two guys, but still, that's long. The draft's a long way off. Max Effects N7 says a pass rusher now in the first. That could be possible. A pass rusher or a middle linebacker. I don't know if the guy was Devin White from LSU will be there, or the other Devin from Michigan. But it's a lot of question marks now. It's a lot of question marks going on. A lot of question marks. Somebody say we're looking bad out here. We are, but the more the day goes on, the less anxious I get about what DeCosta's doing, because I'm glad he didn't overpay for those guys. Let me look at this paper I got. You got Za'Darius at $16 million, C.J. Mosley at $17 million, so that's $33 million right there. Suggs at $8 million, that's $41 million. John Brown got about 7 or 8. That's 47 or 48. And then we traded Flacco. So, that's money saved. Hopefully it'll be well spent. Hopefully we'll get some quality guys that are right under those tiers to fill those points. And, you might get a young guy that's coming into his own. Hopefully you get a young guy that's coming into his own, and maybe we draft good. But, another thing not to think about. The compensatory picks we're going to get next year from these guys. So just think about the draft next year. We'll have pretty much whatever regular picks we have on top of 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe four other compensatory picks. Just think about that. And then, let's see, with Za'Darius and CJ, we might even get a second or third round compensatory pick for the type of money they got. So that's going to be good. That's going to be good. How do I feel about Boyle? I'm glad Boyle's back, because we need the blocking guy. We need a blocking guy, because obviously Max and what's the other tight end from South Carolina? Name slips my mind. But anyway, those two are more so pass catching guys. Boyle will get in there and grind with him. Boyle will get in there and block your butt. He will block your butt. Boyle will get in there and get the job done. So I'm glad we kept him, because we needed a different tight end. We didn't need 3 pass catching tight ends. I'm glad we kept him, and hopefully he'll do. Hayden Hurst, there you go, appreciate it. I'm glad we kept him, and because we need a grinder. We need somebody to play H-back, because we don't have a fullback. So Boyd can be that H-back guy. He can do it on. He can hit it on the wham. He can cut off the backside end when we don't want Lamar to run it. He can lead on stretch plays. He can pull on counters. He can lead on outside zone, and he can go catch routes. He can do all that. Boyd can do all that. Hayden Hurst and Max can do all that too, but they're a tier lower blocking wise than Boyle. So I'm happy we kept Boyle. We needed a different type of tight end. John Doe, you don't like Hayden Hurst, but Pat Richard plays some defensive line too. So I don't know if he's going to be considered a defensive lineman or a fullback. I really don't know. He played both in the preseason, so I don't know what is their plan for Rashad right now. As of now, what y'all think our record would be? Right now, hopefully 8-8. Hopefully 8-8. Hopefully, I'm praying for 8-8. 8-8 might keep us in the wild card chase, maybe. I just hope we don't regress. I hope Lamar comes back better. I hope things work out for us in this free agency. But I think things gonna work out for us in the draft. I really do. I really think they will. Any news on Bell? No news on Bell. Boy, y'all thinking bad right now. What's this? 5-7, 7-9, 6-10, 7-9, 4-12. Come on, Mike. We can get 4 wins. We're gonna beat the Steelers twice. That's 2 wins right there. Yeah, the whole like Steelers might have back-to-back bad seasons because they don't have all the firepower they had. They could play with people because they could score with people. But you losing all that talent, and on top of that, you ain't replacing your defense. The Steelers might have back-to-back bad seasons. Might have back-to-back bad seasons. See what's going on right here. You're right. 9-7. Maybe 10 wins in 2020 if the right moves are made, but who knows? Hey, what's that? that dope boy. 2020, we might be that deal for real, depending on this draft and all them picks we gonna have. And depending on what we do in free agency, we might be that deal for real. We might be flirting with 13-3 in 2020. 13-3. I mean, do you think they can break the rushing record? No, I don't think we're gonna rush for as many yards as we did last year. I just don't, because people are gonna load the box. They're gonna try to do similar things to us that the Chargers did. So I don't think we're gonna rush for near about as many yards. But I think our passing yardage will surprise some folks. I really think our passing yardage is gonna surprise some folks. So, we're not gonna just pound out 200-300 yards rushing this year, because they're gonna put guys in the box. They're gonna try to put those smaller guys in there. And we have two options when they put those smaller guys in there. Either we just completely sell out and pound their butt with an old lineman and tight ends, or we throw the ball. We can't try to finesse them and outrun them with those safeties playing linebackers. You either put you some extra linemen in there, and put some other things in there and go from there. Okay, we got a call on the line. Let's get to this call and see what's going on. Hello. See if I can set this up. Hello. Yo. Who I got on the line here?
What's up, man? It's Keith, man.
What you got for the show, Keith?
Look, man, first off, I love your show. But, yo, the Browns got the North. This shit is over, man.
It's over.
Yo, we got to sign Bell, and we got to find a way to sign, what's the free safety from Seattle?
Earl Thomas.
Earl Thomas.
Mm-hmm.
We got to find a way, man. Like, the day was a terrible day. We lost a lot of firepower, man. We in trouble, man.
We lost a ton. Did you see how much money those guys got?
Yeah. Well, we definitely had that type of bread.
Right. That's about $50 million that's coming out, that if we try to sign those guys that we don't have. What about Zadarius getting the same amount of money, or almost the same amount of money as C.J. Mosley? Is that crazy or what?
That's crazy. And he ain't going to live up to that deal, to be honest with you.
I believe it.
I think he probably had one decent season. That's it.
Cat, he had the 3-sack game when we played Tennessee. And I think he only finished with maybe 9.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy. So Billy, in 15 games, he had 6 sacks. As much as I like to see him on the field, he didn't warrant $16.5 million.
He did. He really did. Don't get me wrong. I'm not even mad at Eric Costa so far, for real. He's doing this thing. Like we already knew we was gonna lose CJ. We already knew Suggs was. Most people wanted to cut Suggs anyway. We knew Zadarius Smith was going. Now we knew that weapon was gonna go. We knew that Crabtree was gonna go.
Right.
That Smokey Brown. All the moves that happened, we kind of knew about. But I'm not gonna lie, man. After seeing the moves, that Odell joint, that's crazy.
How crazy is that?
LSU back in the building, man.
I didn't believe. It's hard to believe. I thought somebody was playing a joke. I really did think somebody was playing a joke with me. And then it just kept going down my timeline. I was like, this is really happening. What are the Giants thinking? That's like the second or third best receiver in the league you getting rid of.
Yeah, that's crazy. For first or third and Peppers.
And Peppers.
That ain't enough.
Not for, because OBJ can change games by himself.
Yep.
He can do things that he can make the defense command 2 guys, and then you playing 10 on 9.
Yep.
On top of that, you had Saquon, and you got Evan Ingram. Evan Ingram not bad, and I forget the backup tight end the backup receiver from Oklahoma, Sterling, whatever his name is, Shepard. Yeah, Shepard. But they had weapons. They just needed, and to ease somebody in behind Eli. I think they're gonna draft the kid from Ohio State. Just ease him in, and they would have been good. But not now. It's gonna be a rough year for whoever playing quarterback for the Giants.
The crazy thing about everything is who don't want to play for Cleveland now?
Right.
If you're a free agent, you can give me I'll take the minimum.
Yep.
I come and play with Cleveland right now. Like,
yep.
It's crazy, man.
Yeah, exactly.
This is crazy.
The Cleveland is doing what the Rams did. Cleveland's doing what the Rams did. They're going all in.
Yep.
And
hey, before I get off the phone, man, I gotta tell you, man, I disagree with your wide receiver list.
Okay. You say you do?
I think I like them, but I gotta put Akil Harry.
Okay.
On number one. Like, that's my favorite wide receiver in this draft, to be honest with you.
You know, I like N'Keal Harry, but the reason
you had him like number 6, man.
I had him 5. I had him 5.
Number 5.
Yep. Now, looking back on it, if I could change it, I would put him. I would move him up 1, maybe 2 spots. But Hakeem Butler, just those catches he made in traffic, and he's my number 1 because I'm thinking about the type of quarterback we have. We're gonna have a quarterback that's not greatly accurate. So Hakeem Butler just go get all kind of bad balls from the terrible quarterback he had at Iowa State. And then Marquise don't really fit what we do. We need a big body. Debo don't fit what we do. We need a big body. So I can see Hakeem Butler, N'Keal Harry. I mean, I can even see DK Metcalf. But why DK wasn't number 1 on my list? Because I'm scared of him being hurt. I think he's too stiff.
Like, I don't care if he's better now. That neck injury, you can take him off my board too. Hey, what you think we're gonna do? Well, our first pick. We train out. We gotta get some more picks. We need players, man.
I know.
Not too many holes.
I wanted to obviously I wanted to draft Butler at 22, but now I think we need to get rid of that pick and try to get more.
Yeah.
Because we need something on defense and offense.
From next year.
Yep. What do you think we ought to do with Jimmy Smith?
Well, listen. 30 minutes ago, I would have said, man, come on, we can trade him or cut him. Now, we need all the help we can get in our secondary. Period. We need all the help we can get.
You sure right.
I think we need to go and try to get Duke Johnson, too, man. I think the Browns going to release him, man.
Yeah.
Eventually.
I like Duke. I'm a Miami fan, so I like Duke. Duke got a skill set that we can use. You can have Gus. Matter of fact, I think Gus and Duke were at Miami together, if I'm not mistaken. Because Gus was at Miami before he went to Rutgers.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, so I think Gus and Duke might have been it. That's not a bad possibility because you got your speed guy, you got your power guy, and Duke ain't gonna break the bank.
And Duke can catch.
Yep.
He can catch and everything, so he's all around. He's a monster, man.
Yeah.
Hey, I do want to say this before I get off the phone, man. I love your show. Keep it up. Tell my man Voch what's up, man.
I appreciate it. You know the story behind Voch, huh? You know he played for me when he was in high school.
Yeah, he used to coach him.
Yep.
Actually, the funny thing is, like, I ain't no Cowboys fan, I'm a Ravens fan, but I just like Voch. Voch was like he's good at what he do for real. So I was watching his channel, and from him, I think your joint came on my timeline. I started following you. I'm like, this is what I'm talking about. Oh no, you was on his channel. Or he was on your channel. Either one.
Yep.
From there, But man, you gotta subscribe, man.
Yeah, that's my guy. I appreciate you too, man. I appreciate it. And I'm not a Cowboy fan neither, but that's a genuinely good dude. He's one of the smartest football players I've ever been around, and it's translating into his channel because he speaks football at a high level, and he knows what he's talking about. A lot of stuff he talk about comes true, and especially when he does a breakdown and whatnot, he has a good grasp of what he's doing with his draft films and his Cowboy films. But I sure appreciate you calling in, man. I sure appreciate it.
No problem, man.
Next time you call, I'll have your name locked in, and I know who I'm talking to off the jump. I won't have to emax.
Yeah, man, it's Keith, man. I'll make it a weekly thing for real, man.
I appreciate it, Keith.
All right, man.
All right, good people. We had our first caller. Keith, I appreciate you calling in. Let's get back in the chat box and see what's going on. Try to hit it for another 20 minutes or so. Michael Blackman, we should trade Jimmy. We have Avery. We need picks. Yeah, I forgot about Avery and Chuck Clark. So trading Jimmy could be an option. Could be. To counter Odell, we need to trade for Ramsey. Man, I would love to have Ramsey on my team. I would love it. He's the type of alpha that, even though he's agitating sometimes, but he's the kind of guy that in the clutch time, he gets it done. He want to cover the best receiver. He want to do a one-on-one. He don't want no help. He want to lock him down, and when he lock him down, he gonna let him know. That's the kind of guy I like. That's, he ain't Dion skill set, but he got Dion mentality, and that's kind of DB I like. Ones that's gonna try to get the ball, and then once he get the ball, he can try to do something with it. He ain't just trying to knock it down or whatever. He trying to intercept up that ball and go score. Because defensive touchdowns kind of relate to wins in NFL. If you can get a defensive or special team touchdown, a lot of time, your chances of winning go up. Would you trade a first and a player for him? For Ramsey? Ooh. Would I trade a first for him? Nah. Because we need more than that. We need more than that. I would do a third and one of the cornerbacks we have. Like I said, a third and a third and Jimmy Smith for Ramsey. I would do that. I don't know if that equals out in value or whatnot, but I would do that. Is Ramsey still on his rookie contract? That's what we need to know. Is Ramsey still on his rookie contract? We need to go with 2 tight end sets. And depending on how long he on that rookie contract. If he's still on that rookie contract, we could trade for him. But cause that guy's gonna get paid. You already know it. When he gets his payday, he's going to be the highest paid corner in the league. Because even though they sucked last year, he's still good. Their scheme is okay. They just, for some reason, they had a bad year. You know how the NFL goes. You could be on top of the mountain one year and in the valley the next year, with the exception of New England Patriots. And hopefully that's kind of why I like the wave, that we are always in the mix of it. We never really got too high since the Super Bowl, and we have had some lows, but we had kind of been even throughout those years, even though that was with subpar quarterback play. But still. Before we get out of here, I think Foles not gonna work? Now, I think Foles will work. Foles a baller. Don't get it twisted now. Foles a baller. He took that time off from the NFL and got his mind right. Foles is a baller. He's a gamer. He might not show you a lot, on a week-to-week basis, but let him sneak into the playoffs. You see, he was one drop away from getting back to the NFC Championship game. It's not the Super Bowl. Whatever game 17 dropped that ball, he was close to getting back. That guy's a baller. Don't get it twisted. Yeah, Hakeem Butler is 6'6", Robinson. Hakeem Butler is 6'6". He's a go-getter. Watch his highlight tape. Watch my film on him. Go check him out and see. Don't you start to feel the same way I feel about him. I sold Joe Nubo on him. Joe Nubo's a big Hakeem Butler fan now, and I'm trying to turn everybody I can for Hakeem. But with what happened today, and depending on what's going to happen in these next couple of days, Hakeem might not be our guy. What's up with Golden Tate? We got a slot receiver. Willis Snead. I don't think we need Golden Tate. We got a slot receiver in Willis Snead. Snead's not costing us a lot of money. And, Tate's you're going to need a little penny to get Tate. Who would you go after besides Lev Bell? Ravens boy wonder. I like Coleman. I like Tevin Coleman. If we want to go running back, I like Tevin Coleman. I got to look and see who's out there as far as defense now, because I really wasn't even looking at defensive guys. I assumed we would keep. I just knew Mosley was going to stay. There was never a doubt in my mind that he was leaving. And so then when we didn't franchise him, I was like, uh-oh. But still, I just didn't think he was leaving. So now that he's gone, I'm kind of got to get my thoughts together and figure out what I want to do, or what I would do with the Ravens, even though I know it's not on me. But at 22, my initial 22 was Hakeem Butler. Now it is not. We got to get an interior lineman. That's a priority. Got to get a receiver. That's a priority. Got to get a middle linebacker. That's a priority. We got a lot of priorities right now. So I don't really know what is what DeCosta gonna do. What DeCosta gonna do. But how bad I'm frustrated. I forgot the Browns picked up Kareem Hunt too. My bad for ranting, but I'm salty, bro. Yeah, we all salty. We all salty. The Browns look like the Golden State Warriors right now. We all salty. Well, we gonna figure out a way. We gonna be Raven strong. The flock gonna rise. We gonna figure out a way to knock down. I guess since Golden State did that and beat Cleveland like that, Cleveland feel like they got to do that to the NFL. Now, bottom of the NFC North with one trade. Nah, we ain't tanking, cuz. We not tanking. We not gonna who we tanking for? We gonna be fine. Exactly, we gonna be fine. But who in next year's draft? No, hold on. Okay, there's a running back coming out next year that I would love to have in Cleveland. Running back from Mississippi State by the name of Colin Hill. I would love to have that guy, next year if we don't get a running back this year. Watch for that guy to be good, next college year if you guys watch college football. But nobody really to tank for because we got the ingredients. We're probably gonna need O-line, D-line help, but you can never have enough O-line, D-line, or edge rushers. But tanking shouldn't be an issue. Should not be an issue at all, especially with the way we ended last year. That 6-1, and then we end up losing the playoffs. But tanking, no, that's definitely not. No, not at all, not at all. Because Lamar gonna make plays, Snead gonna make plays, our tight ends gonna make plays, our two bookend tackles gonna make plays, and I love our tackles, even though they had issues at times. I love Orlando Brown and Stanley. I love them two big bodies out there doing their thing. Love it. But and then I think Stanley's about to get paid, so we gotta think about that too. Stanley's about to get paid. Ravens do have good young players, and it showed. Judon's a good young player. I like Michael Pierce. I like Williams. I like Humphries. Humphries is a good young player. I love the physicality of Tony Jefferson. I love it, especially that last series against the Browns when he knocked that ball out. He just was yapping with whoever it was. I love Tony Jefferson. I love Tevin. I love Kenny Young. We got guys. We just need a leader. We got guys. We need a leader. Who needs Odell when we can have Tim White? Sometimes you gotta laugh to keep from crying. Oh, I forgot about Peanut. Peanut gonna have to be the leader. That's who's gonna have to be the leader until we get a guy. Peanut's gonna have to be the leader back there. Peanut and Kenny Young, that's not bad. Peanut and Kenny Young, that ain't bad at all. And so, okay, them your two middle guys. Judon's the outside guy. One of those three younger guys may have to be the other outside guy. Pierce and Williams, and I think Urban's a free agent though. Pierce and Williams in the middle. So that ain't bad defensively. With the DBs we got, DBs, let's go through it. Like Marlon Humphreys, we got Young, we still got Jimmy so far. We got Brandon Carr, we got Tony Jefferson, we got Avery and Chuck Clark. So that ain't bad. That ain't bad. I forgot about Bowser. Yeah, that ain't bad. Ain't bad at all. Earl is the perfect alpha, but Earl coming off that injury. How long is it gonna take for Earl to get back to the Earl Thomas that we know? Are we gonna get Legion of Boom Earl? Or are we gonna get Earl that's hollering for the Cowboys to come get him? Which Earl are we gonna get? Legion of Boom Earl or Cowboys come get me Earl? So and then he wants to be the highest paid safety. I'm not gonna even say what I want to say about that. Trying to keep it clean like Ing Raven. This team to keep it clean over here also, but I just can't see paying that type of money for Earl. I just can't see it. Even though he would fit, he would fit. Now we was in on a Honey Badger. How did you think the Honey Badger would fit this? Where would he play? At the free or the strong? Earl is too injury prone. I agree. But where would the Honey Badger fit in our system? Because we were big on the Honey Badger. Small guy. Is he gonna play? He gonna play the nickel? He gonna play? You know, he's a boxer guy. Honey Badger can't cover like you think he can. Honey Badger's a freelance run the alley guy. He can get to the line and make tackles, but he ain't the greatest coverer of receivers or safeties or tight ends. He ain't the greatest cover, and he's small. You can play him anywhere, but can he fit what we do? Can he come down in the box like it's a run blitz and then get back and play the deep thirds? Can he do that? Can he come down in the box and take on a puller and make sure they bounce it outside to somebody else? If he can, that would be fit, because Weddle did all those things. Even though I ragged on Weddle about coverage sometimes, Weddle made plays and got people in position to make plays. I think him getting people in position to make plays was better than actual plays Weddle made. But how healthy is Earl? We got to think about these guys' health, man. For the same reason I'm not jumping into the Earl bandwagon that I wasn't on the Honey Badger bandwagon. For the same reason I'm not on the DK Metcalf bandwagon. No offense to those guys, but injuries are real. And once you hurt something, break something, you ain't always stronger. You don't always come back better. And I hate it for people because, I don't want to see anybody injured, but it's a part of the game. It's a violent game. I don't want us to give somebody some guaranteed money, then they turn around and have a relapse off something else. Yeah, I know Earl. Check this out. My knock on Earl Thomas, I have no knocks on Earl Thomas. Earl Thomas is one of the if not the best safety in the league when he's healthy. But that when he's healthy is a huge W. That's a huge W when he's healthy. Earl, he has to have a great football mind to be back there with Richard Sherman and those guys. All four of those guys they had at the time had great football minds. All of them. Browner, even though I think he in jail now. Richard Sherman, the other safety they had, all those guys had good football minds. So it's I think Ha is still out there. It's there's some good football minds out there, but he the D-Rose in NFL. That's a good one. But hey, don't sleep on D-Rose. D-Rose balling this year. Maryland Terps safety Savage. I'm not sure. I would have to do some research on that guy and see. I don't know much about him so I don't want to give a false. I'm sorry, not a false. Give a false assessment of him. I don't want to do you like I think Charlie Casserly said that Dak threw to Dez Bryant too much. I think he said that yesterday. He said that Dak Prescott threw the ball to Dez Bryant too much. He should have been throwing to Cole Beasley. Man, Dez Bryant ain't even on that team no more. Didn't play a down with the Cowboys. But that's those guys that watch film. Well, don't watch film. They just look at their notes. Him and Stephen A. Smith must have the same assistant. But will Brent Irvin be back? Brent Irvin's a free agent right now, so I don't know if he'll be back or not. Brent will be a nice veteran leader to come back. He got to be at the right cost. Can't just throw him out there and give him these ridiculous amounts of numbers and he not produce. If anybody come in to Baltimore and get a bunch of money, they need to be at a position of major production. And what I think DeCosta's trying to do is set us up like New England. I really think the only person we're going to pay is Lamar. I really think the only person we're just going to pay out the wazoo is Lamar Jackson. We're not spending money letting everybody go and not do nothing to free agency. It's coming. It's coming 41-0. Trust me, it's coming. How do you feel about OBJ being in your division? I hate it. That's simple. Hate it. Don't like it. I hate it. Comp picks. Yeah, we're going to get a lot of comp picks. That's going to help us out in 2020. We're going to get a lot of comp picks. Lamar's going to be over 30 million when it's time. He's going to be up there, especially if he improves on his throwing. 410. I'm sorry. My bad. 410. I appreciate it. But Lamar's numbers going to be outrageous. If he improves on his throwing the ball, because he gonna have the legs. He gonna have the legs. Went from AB twice a year to Odell twice a year. Juice twice a year was enough. Landry twice a year was enough. Now you got both of them on the same team with Njoku and Nick Chubb. Man, please. The defense coordinators in Baltimore, Pittsburgh, and who else in our division? Let's see, Baltimore, Pittsburgh, Cleveland. I know we got one more team in there. And Cincinnati. Man, please. Them dudes not gonna get any sleep now. But AJ Green don't have no help. AJ don't have no help. You think about this. You got 2 AJ Greens on the same team. Juice and Odell Beckham. 2 of them. And then Baker just was set the rookie record for passing touchdowns. He probably gonna break the record for touchdowns, period, this year. Because they're not gonna be able to stop somebody. So they're gonna get the ball all the time. They don't have defense. So it's gonna be up and down games. It's gonna be like that Rams and Saints game that was supposed to be in New Mexico, that Monday night game. Browns gonna have a lot of Browns gonna have a lot of those games. Let's see. Then we see Juju and possibly AJ Brown twice a year. AJ said he would love to go to Pittsburgh, but I'd have to see him drafted before I can wrap my head around it. Trade up for Greedy at this point. I don't know about Greedy. Greedy's a great talent when he's motivated to play. Like the video I did with him and DK, he was motivated. He shut DK Metcalf down. He played somebody else big. I don't remember. Was it Georgia? No, not Georgia. But I might have been Georgia with Riley Ridley and whatnot. You know, he did his thing, but later on in the year, like he wasn't motivated. I don't know if he was hurt or not, but trading up, that means we're going to lose a lot if we trade up. I don't want to lose nothing. We need players. We need options. We need guys to come in. We need multiple guys at every position to come and camp and have competition. That's the way we're going to get better. We need multiple guys to come and camp and make other guys get better so we can have the best team possible. So and the only person that not necessarily going to need competition, and he should have it anyway because it'll make him better too, is Lamar. I would move Jimmy to free. I would. I don't have a problem moving Jimmy to free safety. He's a Ravens guy, you know. Hopefully, and I think that would keep him healthier. Ravens needs a receiver. You're right. Multiple receivers. True that. And we talked about that earlier. We hoping the young guys can step up. Lashley and Scott and even more. And maybe we can draft a guy too. So we talked about the Ravens receivers earlier. I wonder what Lamar thinks of the moves we not making. Trust me, man, I'm telling you, the guy's chilling. Trust. Before we throw Costa under the bus, let's get through the free agency period. At least get through week 1. Remember, it don't start until tomorrow. I forget the time. But before we throw him under the bus or say get rid of him or say he don't know what he doing, let's get through the week first. Let's reconvene this time next week and see if we still feel the way about Costa. I'm fine with it right now. You know, I'm happy we didn't see the contracts the guys that I wanted to stay get. I'm glad we didn't pay it. I'm happy for those guys to go get their money and do the things they gonna do. But let's assess this for a minute. So Darius went to Green Bay for $16.5 million. You know, Green Bay in the championship mode anytime soon? I don't think so. Even though they could be with the type of quarterback they have. C.J. Mosley got $17 million from the Jets. They not coming out of the division. They not. The Patriots, they gonna run that division. So he gonna get his money, but he gonna have less wins. Suggs went home for $8 million. I can understand that. Suggs, you know, from Arizona. You know, they overpaid for him, I think. So, you know, this is maybe his swan song. He wanted to do it at home. So I understand that. And then John Brown, like, I don't really think he was motivated to even play with the Ravens anymore once Lamar got to be the quarterback because, you know, we went from a throwing team to a pretty much all running team. So he up there with the Bills with Nathan Peterman and a not so good rookie quarterback that ran just as much as Lamar, but they tried to say Lamar was running too much at first. So I don't get that. That's like Arsenio used to say, and I'm telling my age, things to make you say, But still. And lastly, Flacco's going to Denver. So that is what it is. That is what it is. So we still got a few guys out there that's that's potentially, but we're gonna reconvene again one day next week. Not sure which day it is. I have to check my schedule. I got a lot of stuff to do. But I enjoyed this time with you guys. I appreciate. Hey, Joe in the chat box. He showed up late, but he came. Joe Nubo, tell me what you think about all this money these other guys got real quick. Matter of fact, Joe, you can call in if you want. Let's put this number in here for Joe. I would love to talk to Joe for a good 10 minutes. Let me put the number in here for you. What's that? 918-914. Call in, Joe. Let's see what we can talk about for a minute. We need Bell to keep up with the Browns. We do. I think the onus on Bell has gotten up. We don't have to have Bell, but we need a dynamic back. We need a dynamic back. We need a dynamic back we need a 3-down back. A guy that can catch balls out the backfield, a guy that can run the ball between the tackles, and a guy that can just get you that 1 yard that you need. Because I don't think we'll be able to run for 200-300 yards like we did, on people last year. Because they're gonna try all those funny things like the Chargers did. So that's a Tevin Coleman. Tevin Coleman will fit that. He would. Depending on the number he wants. I'm sure it's gonna be significantly low than not LaDainian. I said LaDainian. I'm tripping. Then Le'Veon. First week of free agency is usually overpaying guys. Yep. If Bell is a 10, what is Ingram? Ingram is a 6 or 7. A 6 or 7. Let's fire this back up. See what we got here. Hello. Yo. 661. Who I got?
This is Joe Newcomb.
What up, Joe?
For, Coach
what up, Joe?
What up, man? How's it going?
Good. What's this crazy world we live in, man? What's with OBJ? What you think about that?
Sure is. Oh man, I think we should just hand the division to the Browns right now, man. The way it's looking,
Wow, it is crazy. Just think about the weapons they got now.
Seriously, man. But see, I see people freaking out that the cost is not really doing anything, but I think he's being smart, I think because there's no way we should have gave Mosley 17 mil. There's no way we should have given Sedarius 16.5. So I think he's being smart with his moves, and we're getting younger, That's what he said he was going to do, so that's what we're doing.
I was freaking out at first. I'm not going to even lie. I was freaking out at first, but I had to take a step back and think about what's going on. Because that money those guys got, that would have set us wrong for the next 5 to 10 years if we'd have paid that type of money for CJ and those guys. And as bad as I wanted Suggs to finish his career in Baltimore, I can understand going home, especially when they're going to pay you $8 million. It's totally understandable.
Yeah, exactly.
But our young guys got to show up.
No, I think it was Suggs, man. Like, I think he wanted to finish his career at home, which is fine. I'm fine with it. Let him get his money, kind of like Ed Reed. Let him get his money, but he'll always be a Raven, of course.
Exactly.
But I think we're gonna kill it in the draft. That's my prediction.
I do too. I agree with you. I think we're gonna kill it in week 2 or 3 of free agency.
Yeah.
Because people will be off their ego trips thinking they should get X amount of dollars, and they haven't gotten them in week 2 or 3. So they're going to come down off those prices. And I think there's going to be some quality guys out there. I can't give you no names right now. But I think there's going to be some quality guys out there. And I think, what I think we're gonna kill it in free agency in that week 2 or 3, and I think we're gonna kill it in the draft. But what do you think we should do with number 22, with pick 22 now?
Oh man, it's. I really got to see how everything shakes out, man. There's I still think we need to go offensive line. I've been on that for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, I would love Hakeem Butler. I know that you're on the Hakeem hype train as well.
Yeah.
But I still want offensive linemen. And maybe if we can find a way to trade in the second, if Hakeem is still there, I would love to see that happen. But who knows?
As much as I am on Hakeem Butler's train with what's went on today, I could be backing off of it and saying get rid of that pick for more picks. Because we gonna need we gonna need a splash receiver and some kind of splash on defense now, something. But I don't think I think we need to find a middle linebacker, because I don't know. I mean, Peanut's good and Young's good, but can they be can one of those guys develop into the stud that Mosley was? And the two linebackers that are top tier in this draft, I don't think they'll be there. When we draft.
Right. Yeah, I agree with you, man. Yeah.
And before I get you off here, what do you think we ought to do with Jimmy?
See, that's interesting now, right? Because I think every Ravens fan was like, okay, he's gone, no doubt, he's gone. We're gonna trade him. We're gonna cut him. But now we could really use the extra secondary help. So maybe, I don't know, we might be keeping him now.
Right.
We'll just have to see. But if it's up to me, I don't know, man. We've already lost so many pieces. I don't really want to see us lose another piece. So I think we got to keep Jimmy now.
Yeah, and I think Jimmy could be a safety too. He could be a safety, and then if something happens to a cornerback, he can come back down and play corner, or vice versa. And then if he gets hurt, you're not hurting because you got Everett, you got Levine, you got Chuck Clark, and then you still got Carr, Humphreys, and Tavon. So if we keep him, I know his number's pretty big. He gives us versatility and gives us some flex to do other things, because I think he could play safety and still, if something happened, come back down and play corner if need be.
No doubt. See, Ravens fans are freaking out, man, but we have good depth, I think. We just need to add a few more pieces on defense, and I think we'll be all right.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it's as bad as people are making it out to be.
Yeah, and going through the depth chart in my mind as I was on this stream, I'm a little more comfortable with what we have in the fold right now too, because of those different names, and I forgot about all the guys we got coming back that may have been hurt, the edge guys we got coming back. I forgot Urban is still out there. I don't know if we're gonna re-sign him or not, but we had decent depth, and what people fail to realize is the 2 D tackles we got in pass rush situations, it was only one of those guys on the field. We would put an extra edge guy at the other tackle, defensive tackle. Then we'd have Suggs and Judon, or Suggs and Smith, and so that we really was putting 3 pass rushers on the field to get after the quarterback. And so D tackle for us was only when we was in run situations, and it hurt us in the butt. It hurt us sometimes only having 1 D tackle on the field, but for the most part, we got after guys with that extra D lineman on the field.
Yeah, I agree. I think we're gonna. That's where the strength is now, so that's probably what we're going to be seeing. So, no doubt. Okay.
Before you get out of here, Joe, for the people that don't know Joe Nubo, will you plug your stuff?
Sure. Yeah, I'm Joe Nubo, guys. I know a lot of you guys in here are already subscribed to my channel, but if you're not, feel free to subscribe. Again, I'm Joe Nubo. Me and Coach Evans, we sometimes do some group stuff with the other guys, like Ingraven and Birdland BS. We'll do some group stuff. So, yeah, I mean, we all pretty much work together. We all support each other. So if you guys want to follow me, Instagram, Twitter, it's all Joe Nubo. You guys can find me pretty easily. So
I appreciate you, Joe, and I'll get back to this Twitter group chat, and we'll see what's going on lately since this hour that we've been on there. I appreciate you, man. Much love to you.
All right, Coach. All right. See you.
Make sure you guys follow Joe Nubo if you don't already. Good dude. Matter of fact, all the guys that do Ravens information, Ravens blogs or whatever, we've all, there's no hate, no animosity. There's nothing but love from from guys that do the websites and do the articles, and me myself, me, Ian Raven, Joe, Sonny, that do YouTube type stuff. We all get together and have a blast. It's we all trying to get followers and share information, share knowledge, and we all do something a little different, which I think that's what makes the Ravens family special. I break down film. Ian Raven's kind of like your up to the minute reporter. Sonny, has a interesting perspective on different things. Him and Joe does, and then the Birdland BS guys got the full out podcast with all the bells and whistles on it. So, and it's an interesting perspective from a bunch of different guys that follow the Ravens. And I appreciate you guys coming in here. We've been on here 1 minute and 6 seconds, and this is the most guys I've had in a live thing for me. And I appreciate it. I'm ecstatic. This Sip the Tally is my little company I got or whatever. Got t-shirts. Links down in the blog. Also got a FTMF shirt, which I love. Make sure you can when you go to Teespring, you'll see that. If you want to buy a shirt, I appreciate it. Make sure you subscribe to all those guys I mentioned. Make sure you subscribe to Vosh Lombardi and all other guys that do the type of things we do. And again, I appreciate you guys, man. And Sip the Tally. This is Coach Evans, and I'm out of here.